Alright, let's get into it. We all talk to AI now. It's in our phones, it's writing our emails. It's probably suggesting what you should binge watch tonight. We treat these large language models, think GPT, like some kind of digital oracle. We ask it a question and boom, it spits out an answer. But here's the kicker, the part they don't put in the slick commercials. These AIs are trained on us. They learn from the internet, from books, from articles, from billions of words written by people. And people, let's be honest, we've got some baggage. We've got biases, both the ones we know about and the sneaky ones hiding in the background. So when AI learns from our words, it doesn't just learn grammar and facts. It also learns our assumptions, our stereotypes, and our blind spots. It's like a student who has only ever read one type of book from one type of author. Their worldview is going to be a little skewed. This means the AI can accidentally pick up on the subtle ways we associate certain jobs, traits, or ideas with specific groups of people. It's not that the AI is intentionally trying to be unfair. It's just holding up a mirror to the massive, messy, and often biased data we fed it. The machine is learning our own hidden curriculum. This is where it gets wild. A tiny, almost unnoticeable change in how you word your prompt can completely flip the AI's response. It's like asking for a soda versus a pop versus a Coke. You might get a different result depending on where you are. With AI, asking about a doctor's opinion versus a nurse's opinion can trigger a cascade of underlying biases baked into the model's programming. These small word choices act like secret codes, unlocking associations the AI has learned from society. And suddenly, the helpful assistant becomes a reflection of our oldest, most ingrained stereotypes. Think about it. The AI is a pattern-matching machine on steroids. It sees that historically, in the text it was trained on, the word doctor appears more often next to words like leader, decisive, and expert. Meanwhile, the word nurse might be closer to caring, supportive, and assistant. The AI doesn't understand the nuance or the social context. It just sees a statistical pattern and replicates it. So without us even realizing it, we can steer the AI toward a biased conclusion just by choosing one word over another. It's a digital deepfake of our own societal biases, and we're the ones directing the show. So, how do we catch this bias in the act? We can't just ask the AI, "Hey, are you biased?" It'll probably write you a polite, neutral paragraph about its commitment to fairness. No, we need to go deeper. Researchers have developed a whole toolkit, like an intelligence agency for algorithms, to hunt down these hidden flaws. It's a multi-pronged attack because bias is a slippery target. You have to look at it from every conceivable angle to truly understand what's going on under the hood. Let's break down the squad that's on the case, because this isn't just one person's job. First up, we've got the classics. Human intelligence, HUMINT, is about people, real, live humans, reviewing AI outputs and flagging what looks off. Then there's open source intelligence, OSINT, which involves digging through the public data the AI was trained on to find the source of the problem. Signals intelligence, SIGINT, is the techie one, intercepting and analyzing the digital signals between the user's prompt and the AI's response to spot weird patterns. And you have cyber intelligence, SIGINT, which looks at the system's vulnerabilities and how bad actors could exploit these biases for malicious purposes. It's a full-stack investigation. But it doesn't stop there. We're going bigger. Geospatial intelligence, GeoInt, maps out where biases pop up, showing how an AI might respond differently to prompts about the same topic, but from different cultural or geographic contexts. This is crucial because bias isn't universal, it has a location. Then there's cultural intelligence, CULINT, which dives into the social, ethnic, and historical contexts that give words their power and their potential for harm. This is where you understand why certain words trigger certain stereotypes, connecting the data dots to real-world impact. Finally, we bring in the mind gamers and the counter-spies. Psychological intelligence, SIGINT, analyzes the cognitive biases reflected in the AI's language, showing how it mimics human shortcuts in thinking, the very ones that lead us to make snap judgments. And to round it all out, there's counterintelligence, CI. This is the ultimate defense where researchers actively try to trick the AI with cleverly worded prompts. They design tests to see if the AI can be manipulated into producing biased content, effectively running a sting operation on the algorithm to expose its weaknesses before someone else does. Let's make this real. What does AI bias actually look like? It's not always a robot shouting slurs. Most of the time, it's way more subtle, hiding in plain sight. Let's start with a classic example, the doctor and the nurse. In AI, a bias is a tendency to lean in one direction when it should be neutral. It's when the model consistently and unfairly favors one outcome or group over another based on the data it learned. For instance, if you ask an AI to describe a doctor, it's more likely to use words associated with men. Ask it to describe a nurse, and it will probably lean toward words associated with women. That's bias in action. Now for our first case study, the leadership gap. Researchers ran a test. They gave an AI a scenario about a conflict in a hospital and asked for a leader to solve it. Prompt 1, a doctor needs to show leadership. The AI generated stories about decisive action, taking charge, and making tough calls. Prompt 2, a nurse needs to show leadership. The AI's response shifted. Suddenly the stories were about collaboration, emotional support, and building consensus. Both are valid leadership styles, but the AI defaulted to a stereotype. The doctor is the commander, the nurse is the mediator. It reinforced a tired, old hierarchy without being asked. Case study number 2, the power of a single word. Let's look at engineer versus manager. Researchers prompted an AI to generate a professional biography. When they used the word engineer, the AI was significantly more likely to use male pronouns and describe someone who is detail-oriented, analytical, and introverted. But when they swapped engineer for manager in the exact same prompt, the output changed. The AI was more likely to use male pronouns again, but this time described someone who is a great communicator, a people person, and strategic. The AI has a built-in idea of what an engineer is versus a manager, and it's not based on reality. It's based on stereotypes from its training data. These examples show that the problem isn't just about good words or bad words. It's about the invisible web of associations that AI models build. The models don't know they're doing this. They're just completing a pattern. Researchers use specialized tests like semantic mapping to visualize these associations. They can literally create a map that shows how close the word engineer is to male inside the AI's brain. By running thousands of these tests, they can pinpoint which words are radioactive with bias and start the work of cleaning up the code. Okay, so we know AI can be biased. We know how to spot it. Now what? Do we just throw our laptops out the window and go back to chiseling on stone tablets? No. We, the users, have the power to make it better. It starts with how we talk to the AI. Writing a fair, neutral prompt is a skill. And lucky for you, I've got the playbook. These are concrete steps you can take right now to strip the bias out of your prompts and get more balanced, accurate, and useful answers from your AI assistant. Think of it as an instruction manual for not accidentally making your robot racist. First, be specific and context-rich. Don't just say write about a leader. Instead, say write about a leader who uses collaborative and decisive strategies to solve a problem. By providing the desired attributes, you override the AI's impulse to default to stereotypes. Second, use inclusive language. Instead of gendered terms like policeman or stewardess, use police officer or flight attendant. Use they as a singular pronoun when gender is irrelevant. Avoid adjectives that are stereotypically linked to certain groups unless they are essential to the context. It's about being precise with your words. Third, test for fairness with a simple A/B test. Run your prompt twice, but change one key variable. For example, prompt 1. Describe a day in the life of a successful software engineer from Mexico. Prompt 2. Describe a day in the life of a successful software engineer from Germany. Compare the outputs. Does the AI introduce stereotypes about one but not the other? Does it mention family for one and work ethic for the other? This real-time test immediately reveals the AI's hidden leanings, giving you a chance to adjust your prompt before you hit generate for the final time. Finally, when you find a bias, don't just work around it, share it. Many AI systems have feedback buttons. Use them. Report biased outputs. Tell the developers what you prompted and what you got. This helps the companies retrain and refine their models. It's a feedback loop. The more we push back on biased results, the more data the creators have to build a better, fairer system. Your small action of reporting a weird result is part of a massive crowdsourced effort to detoxify the AI ecosystem for everyone. Keep iterating, keep testing, and keep sharing. Look, let's be real. AI is not going away. It's getting more powerful and more integrated into our lives every single day. It's already helping to decide who gets a loan, who gets a job interview, and even how our kids are being taught. The stakes are incredibly high. If we allow these systems to operate with the same old biases that have held society back for centuries, we are just building a faster, more efficient engine for inequality. We'll be automating prejudice, and that is a future nobody should want. This isn't just a tech problem, it's a human problem. The push for fairness and transparency in AI is about more than just getting neutral answers from a chatbot. It's about building a foundation of trust. If we can't see how these systems make decisions, and if we can't trust them to be fair, then how can we rely on them for anything important? Transparency means developers need to be open about what data they're using and what limitations their models have. Fairness means they need to be actively working to find and fix the biases we've talked about. It's their responsibility, but it's our job to hold them accountable. This is where you come in. Every time you write a prompt, you are a co-creator in this AI revolution. You have a choice. You can either mindlessly feed the machine the same old stereotypes, or you can be intentional. You can choose to write prompts that are thoughtful, inclusive, and fair. You can challenge the AI, test its limits, and report its failures. This isn't just about being politically correct. It's about a commitment to truth. It's about demanding that a tool this powerful reflects the best of us, not the worst of our hidden biases. Ultimately, creating a fair AI future is a team sport. It requires researchers to keep building better tools, developers to build more transparent systems, and users like us to be more conscious content creators. We have a historic opportunity to build something that could genuinely help humanity solve some of its biggest problems, but we have to get it right. By championing a truth-first approach and demanding fairness at every step, we can ensure that artificial intelligence serves all of us, not just some of us. Let's build a smarter, and more importantly, a fairer world together. The upgrade is up to us.